Mega fam, what is up? It's Mega back here with another video, and today we're going to be going over why I use the Sony A6500 as my camera of choice for my live streams and my gaming channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so let me go ahead and start off with a little bit of what I do as far as a day-to-day on how I make a living and why I choose the gear that I do. So I have a background in photography and video production. I've been doing this probably 7-8 years and have been freelance at this probably the last 6 to 7 months. Now photography wise, I shoot anything from portraits to wedding photography to event photography to product photography. Anything that requires a photo, I'm pretty much there to take on the job. And of course on the video side, I will shoot events, weddings, music videos, which I love to do. I've got a couple of those coming up this year that are going to be really awesome. I can't wait. So pretty much anything with a camera I love to create, and so that's pretty much how this YouTube channel came about, because I love playing video games, but I also wanted to show a little bit of the production side of what goes on behind the scenes, and that's why I make these videos right now. And basically I'm just going to go over why I like to use the Sony A6500 as far as my camera of choice for the gaming channel and my live streams. So basically if I'm in the game to buy some new gear, whether it's for my gaming channel or my production side of things, I need to make sure that it's definitely going to be able to cover my production end of what I need to do for my clients. If it can't handle that, then I'm definitely not going to be using it for my channel. The gear that I do choose is not necessarily the cheapest, and it's definitely not necessarily the most expensive, but sometimes it will fall right in between the middle to the higher end a little bit, because I do want to get the best quality out of what I'm using. So that's where the Sony A6500 comes in, because this camera is amazing. For one, it shoots 4K, it's beautiful, that's what you're seeing right now. It also does 1080 at 60 and 120 frames per second, which is fantastic. Definitely waiting for hopefully an update to 60 frames 4K on this thing. I don't know if it's gonna come out, but maybe I can wish, you know what I mean? If you want like photo specs, it's got 11 frames per second. It also has 425 points of face detection. That way it can get that really nice clean focusing all over the sensor. Now as far as the sensor goes, it is an APS-C sensor, meaning it is a crop sensor. It's not full frame, but you're still going to get a great quality look out of this camera. So one really cool thing that you can do with this camera, if you don't need the 4K, still shoot in the 4K, but you can also downscale it, jamming all that 4K goodness into a 1080 aspect ratio. It's super clean, it looks super sharp, and you'll love it. Another thing that I love about this camera when using it for my gaming channel is the autofocus. There's not a lot of movement like back and forth, but I know if I'm moving just a little bit, I know that this camera can handle it. I've used it for commercials, I've used it for music videos where I'm on a gimbal, moving side to side or up and down, panning, all that kind of stuff, and it still stays locked in, giving you that super sharp image that you need on the subject, which is fantastic if you're moving around. But as far as the gaming channel goes, this is perfect. It's not going to go out of focus, it's not going to do anything wild, it's always going to stay focused on my face, which I love, so I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't have to worry about pulling focus for this. It's always just going to stay focused on me, and as long as it's well lit, it's going to track very well around the facial features. The other thing that I really love about the camera and why I bought it was because of the in-body image stabilization, also known as IBIS. Now this necessarily isn't a huge selling factor for a gaming channel per se, but if you are doing any kind of movements with say a gimbal, or maybe you're even doing a little hand holding while shooting some products or something, like maybe a game controller or a statue or something, or a collectible, it's going to be really smooth as far as the movement goes. You're not going to have any shakes in it. Now I had the A6300 before this one, so it did a fairly good job of keeping the motion steady and keeping all the shakes and jitters out, but I needed a little extra, and so that's why I upgraded to the Sony A6500. So now also going back to why I choose the gear that I do, this thing performs well in my production side of things. Photography wise, it kills. It's great, it's 24 megapixels, it's fantastic, it's sharp enough for me to do what I need to do. And of course on the video side of things, blows it away. So you can pick up the Sony A6500 body only, no lenses, for $1,400. You can also pick up a kit lens for around $100, which I would definitely recommend. We'll have a video on that coming in a few weeks. Now say you're needing a little more of an affordable range as far as the camera goes, the A6300 before this one, I think you can get probably around $700 to $800, something like that. Now the only thing with the A6300 is that you don't have the IBIS built in, so that's why I upgraded to the A6500. If you just have a steady static shot like this on a tripod, no movement whatsoever, you're gonna be fine, just fine. The A6300 also does 4K, so if you need that 4K image quality, it's got your back on that. You can also go on the cheaper route for the A6000. It's still in the same family as these cameras, but you're not going to get the 4K out of that, but you will get really nice 1080 quality out of that video. So I would definitely recommend that, and you can probably get that for maybe around $500 if you shop around. It might be cheaper, I haven't looked at that price yet, but like I said, the A6300 is even $700 to $800, which is very affordable as far as a great quality camera goes, and it's definitely going to complement your channel very well. Now, the only downside of this camera while using it for a gaming channel is that you cannot monitor yourself. There's no screen, there's no flip out screen like that. It does have a tilt out screen that comes out from the bottom. You can look up and you can tilt it down in case you need like low and high shots. So you're going to need some kind of external device to display the framed shot of whatever it is that you're wanting to shoot. That way you can see yourself. Now that's a small con compared to all the pros that you get with this camera. Like I said, you just have to find a way to do that, and I do have some videos coming out in the next couple of weeks showing an affordable way and a little more mid-tier way of framing the shot in order to see yourself and what you're recording. So guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some insight on why I choose the gear that I do, and especially the camera that I use for this channel, because I do get asked from time to time, what camera do you use? It looks great, it looks fantastic. Well, this is it, the Sony A6500. I understand that everybody's needs and affordability is different, so if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to help. So if you're looking to up your camera game for your channel, I will definitely have some links down below. That way you can choose a camera that fits your needs and what's best for you. And tomorrow we're gonna be doing our first live stream of a game called Ruiner. It's definitely got that sci-fi, cyberpunkish feel, which I'm really a fan of right now and I love. So definitely stay tuned for that and check it out. I'll definitely be putting out some notifications on my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that. Definitely stay in touch with it. Chris Mega Games, follow it, like it, subscribe. That would be awesome. I'm really hoping to grow this channel a lot more in 2018 and definitely have more content for you all. And of course, Mega Fam, I want to send some love your way and thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in on all my videos. And guys, that's going to be it for today, and I will see you on the next one.